back in season 3.5 of Marvel Rivals. A very hyped character came out. Everyone couldn't wait to play the Daywalker himself, Blade. However, unfortunately, in season 5.5 of Marvel Rivals, the Daywalker's still not good. He's not a very good character, unfortunately. So today I took it upon myself to sniff the same copium that Guang Guang himself sniffs on the daily basis, to figure out what buffs I could give Blade to have him be at least a B or A tier character, because God, he's like a D or F character. He's real bad. So before we get into the buffs, my philosophy, of course, when buffing characters. Number 1, fun. Why not balance? Can't make this game balance. Get over it. 2, good. Duh. 3, skill, expression. Great. So Blade is, the problem with Blade is that using his blades is really terrible. You just kind of want to use his gun. His gun can 2-tap. That's really good. Guess what? His sword's terrible. Ass. Why? Because Blade is like Daredevil if Daredevil got 0 overshield. And that's pretty much it. Like, Blade goes all the way in and then he just explodes. He gets no overshield. His life steal sucks. Yeah, he doesn't get healed by allies, which he gets reduced healing from allies, which is sucks. But like, you go all the way in with this fucking character and you just die. You just die. You die. You die. You die. So the 2 buffs I will be giving Senior Blade is to Bloodline Awakening and to his ultimate. So without further ado, let's get into the first buff. Blade becomes stronger per down enemy, gaining these effects per enemy actively down on the enemy team. Max of 6, so it caps at 60%. 10% damage boost, 10% slash speed, 10% life steal, 10% movement speed, 10% over health, 10% faster cooldowns, and inflicts 10% more reduced healing. Right now, Blade has no reason to ever use his fucking sword. So guess what? I'm giving him a reason to use his sword. If you get a pick or 2, now all of a sudden, you got a real good reason for Blade to whip out the sword and activate Bloodline Awakening. Because before this, you just can't, because it's so dog shit, it's so ass, it doesn't do enough damage, it doesn't do enough utility, versatility. But now, if you get, like I said, you get a single pick, all of a sudden you're doing a bit more damage. And then you get another pick, and you get another pick, and you get another pick, and it's like, it caps at 6 because, you know, specifically for like in the other wacky game modes where, like, you know, I guess specifically 18v18, you know, maybe they add like a 30v30 or some stupid shit like that. But like the 18v18, even though if the enemy team has 19 or if they have 10 people down, you don't need Blade to become the Thanos himself and snap the entire lobby. However, if we're gonna be honest here, the practical effect where it's like really gonna matter is like in end of game situations. I think if it is a 3v3, Blade being like, oh shit, we got 3 people down. Like, remember, it's for 15 seconds. So essentially, because if you get a pick, it takes 15 seconds for them to respond. I'm pretty sure it's 15. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 15 seconds. I think in overtime, it's like 20. But anyway, during that 15 seconds, Blade getting, like I say, since it's 10% over health, he gets about 35 over shield. You know, which, so if there's like 3 down, he gets ostensibly 90, so he's at like 400 HP. I think getting 10% more life steal, I think he currently is at 40, so even to get 1 pick, I'm getting 50, and then like the 10% more damage boost. This would be disgusting because like it gives the reason to activate Bloodline Awakening and go in his sword and like genuinely kind of go nuts. Is that I've played games where Blade has won MVP and like Blades have done good thing and kind of like they've gone ballistic. Like, it's on such rare occasions if the enemy team just kind of refuses to account for Blade. Like, if they really just choose not to focus on him. But if like he's like a cherry, like he is the cherry on top. Like, if there's 3 other dive characters and then Blade can kind of come in and squeeze in between, him being able to dive simultaneously, like finish off opponents while at the same time being able to put pressure on tanks and stuff like that. Like, I think it gives, because right now Blade's best ability is his gun. It can 2-shot. It does a shit ton of damage at, you know, 20 meters, between 10 and I think it's 10 and 15 meters is its max damage. Or is it like, I think it's like 10 and 20 or something like that. That's like where you are as Blade. Like, you don't, like, but the problem is you really want to use the Bloodline Awakening because you're like, he's so fucking cool. Let me just go in here. Like, a reason. Oh shit, 3 of them are down. I'm 30% damage boost, 30% slash speed, 30% light spill, 30% movement speed. On top, this is on top of all his other damn pyrrhic abilities that like the base give him. Apply. If there's 5 enemies down, he gets like 90% and you actively can't be healed. But I mean, like I said, your entire team's dead. Like, so like they're probably dead. But like theoretically, this means that if it gets into like an overtime situation and like they killed your 5 team and then you killed their 5 team and it's a 1v1, brother, Blade's winning every time. 50% damage boost slash speed movement speed. You're just gonna be like, yeah, dog, put it. Yeah, dog, just slide it in. Just slide it in. Dog. That's kind of what I want. I want him to like Blade's either the first one dead or the last one alive. That's what I want. Blade's either the first one dead or the last one alive. I would say that it would genuinely kind of go crazy. Blade v Blade with 5 enemies down on each. It would literally be turned into a skill gap. Whoever gets the anti-heal first would literally win, because it would be, like I said, it would be 85% anti-heal at that point. so whoever would get it applied first would ostensibly win. Oh yeah, I think this buff to Bloodline Awakening would actually make you want to use this sword. So you like I said, you have a reason instead of just be gun and just blam 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 2-shot everybody. And his last buff, because I think he really only needs. If he got these 2 buffs, I think he would be a B or A tier character. There's a lot here, by the way. So 1000-fold slash, new effect, applies a blood drain bleed effect on enemies hit by this move. So I'll explain this to you as you see here. The blood drain bleed effect, I don't know exactly, will always drain 15% of max HP of enemies. So if, let's say it's Gambit's at 275, even if Gambit is at, let's say 105 and he gets hit with it, it will always drain as if Gambit had 275. It just doesn't do current, it always does max, right? Got it. Drains 15% of max HP of enemies hit by this move for 5 seconds. So essentially they're losing 3% of their HP over 5 seconds, or losing 3% of their HP a second. However, during these 5 seconds, all the HP being siphoned away will be given to Blade. So all the percent, so in this situation, the Gambit is losing 3% a second. That 3% a second he's losing will be given to Blade, instead healing him. So it's taking away the 5 seconds from the Gambit and is healing the Blade for the 5 seconds, healing him to 15, so 3% of the target's max HP. This effect does indeed stack max 6. This is all for the 18v18 situation. You don't want to hit. If you hit 10 of them, I think the max, if they're all DBS, meaning that if Blade hits, if Blade hits 6 enemies, he would be healing 90% over 5 seconds, or 18% a second of a combined health pool. Because remember, it goes by the health pool of the max HP. So if he hits 6 people, the combined health pool of a standard 2-2 comp is 2,000, right? Meaning in this scenario, he hit all 6, Blade would be healing about 360 health a second. So Blade would essentially be doing a Luna ult to himself for 5 seconds. So I like this situation because this is like the best case scenario where it's like I hit all 6. Like this is Gru ulted and then I go through and now I'm healing. I can't die. Right? This is the fantasy world. And in reality, what's going to happen is you're probably going to hit 2. If you hit 1, the healing is going to be so negligible. Like you get like 3% a second of like 275. It's like 6 HP or something. Like you're going to be healing like 9 HP or something like that, 10 HP a second. So you're gonna get yourself up there to it's just gonna be negligible. You're really gonna be trying to aim for about 3 or 4 because now you're 45% about 1,000. So you get like 4. So you'll be healing like 90-ish per second. Like plus if he's in the Blood Awakening form, it'll be increased on top. Because if people are dying, then like it all of it culminated would just be real insane and crazy. Like I say, but this would only be like when he ultimates, and then it's like, oh, Blade ulted. GG guys, he's not fucking dying. GG guys, get ready because he's not gonna die. It's kind of what I want. I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna be so like, now that I'm thinking about it, I think if they gave him these 2 buffs, he might be ST. His ult would literally might just dead ass be a win. But it would have to be, you would have to hit like, but the thing is, his ult is, if you combo it like with like Groot or something like that, and he gets 4, like, all right, now we're 4 or 5, going ballistic, we're going crazy. Because if he gets 4, that's 60%. even if it's 60% of even if it's like 2 strategists, 2 DPS, and let's just say they all have 250, it's a combined H pool of 1,000. He's healing 60%, which means in total he's going to heal 600, which means over 5 seconds he's going to be doing about 120, 125 a second, which is still highly killable if the entire team focuses on him. But in that situation, the entire team just probably might be fucking dead. I think these two buffs would actually go fucking. I think these 2 buffs would actually go insane. They would make him so good. Oh my god, his ult would have like, oh my god, I hit 3 people with my ultimate for 5 seconds. I'm unkillable. It would be highly effective on tanks though, because if you hit a tank and a DPS, oh man, you're gonna be hitting like 150 a second. With the Dampiric Awakening too, oh, you're gonna be unkillable. You're gonna be unkillable. Oh, it's gonna be so good. It would be so fucking good. It was just like, brother, he doesn't die. Remember, that's just during his ult, which I mean, in that case, like, you might just support ult, you might just Luna ult or Gambit ult, which would, but like, you gotta remember, because it would be a bleed effect, Gambit can cleanse it, which is like, it's super effective, but Gambit can cleanse it. Like, that is like a thing, is like, because it is a status effect ailment, just like how Gambit can clear the Bucky execution. Gambit would, in theory, be able to cleanse this ult if he ulted and countered it. So like I say, I think it'd be real good because Gambit's permabanned, but if Gambit wasn't permabanned, Gambit would be able to counter this ult. And like, I think if they gave him this ult and they gave him the Bloodline Awakening idea, I think it would be good. I think it would be good. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm wrong. But no, these are the 2 buffs I would give Blade, and I think they would put in some work. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you believe these buffs? What do you think these buffs will do to him? Worse, better, make him? You think what do you think he would be on the tier list? You think he'd be B or A? You think it would raise him up and all that stuff, all that good stuff as per the usual? Also, while you're down there, leaving a comment if you wouldn't mind subscribing or leaving a like. That would be a huge, great, wonderful for the channel. Anyway, that's all I got. I am gone.